he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
Kevin, you make me happy. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. You may have noticed we have a bit of a different setup today. It's because we have a very special show for you. Allow me to present from the I Just Can't Chill podcast. From what was the name of your road tripping one that you started?
One for the Road.
One for the Road podcast and video series on YouTube. The one, the only, the Letterman jacket holder himself, Kevin Mangle.
What's good? I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Gary. It's actually been a while that I've been trying to get on this joint because I'm not like an average sports statistician or anything, but I have opinions. I have strong feelings about the Chargers specifically. Bolt up if you're out there. Shout out to the Bolt gang.
Hey, shout out to all 1,100 fans that went to the Chargers games this season. That really resonated heavily with them.
I know. We're a near and dear fan base. I understand people say there's not Chargers fans, but that just makes it better for me. When the Chargers win a game, people treat me like I'm the coach of the Chargers.
Right.
They congratulate me. They pat me on the back when I'm walking around town, so I'll take it.
Well, if you guys ever win, it's going to be very special. The flip side of that, though, is the Falcons. You don't know any other Falcons fans. When we went to the Super Bowl, first half, I was getting a lot of pats on my back. I was getting a lot of texts you guys are really going to do it?
Dude, it's because of who you were up against, too. You know what I mean? It's like when you play a Brady team, you get the entire country that's not New England on your side.
Yeah.
Everybody's just beat Brady. If the Falcons are playing them, we are all Falcons fans. If the Chargers playing, we are all Chargers fans, and that's how it goes.
I think that was the most anyone's ever been in on Matt Ryan his whole career.
Agreed.
Matt Ryan is so just wallpaper. He's just there, and all his interviews, he's just well, it's important to show up and do your job and be a professional and everything like that. And he's just blah as fuck, and so. Even Falcons fans, the whole time since he was drafted, Vic went to prison and he saved our franchise.
Yeah.
He took us right to the playoffs the first year. And still, everyone's no, get him out of here. Yeah. We need a real quarterback. Takes us to the Super Bowl. No, we need a real guy that wins the MVP. We got to get... So, you know what, Falcons fans, we finally got what we wanted. We got the MVP out of town, and we got some dude who we could play with in Madden and run around with in Marcus Mariota. So... hopefully everyone's going to be happy this year.
Sounds a little bit like Cam too, though, a little bit. An unappreciated quarterback in a town that maybe didn't deserve him, But I think that Matt Ryan shows the qualities that you should want in a quarterback. I feel like a quarterback should be boring. I think that a quarterback should be as plain and vanilla as... Well, Peyton Manning he had personality. But I think that Matt Ryan is kind of a good quarterback to have because he's supposed to be the general out there.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be the most disciplined player on the field.
And for all that nice guy shit in the media, he's an asshole on the field.
Yeah, I heard he's been turning
guys.
up. Yeah, I heard he's been turning up out there. Getting in their ass.
I remember when he was on the Falcons or whatever, he was always telling people, get fucking sacked! When we beat the Panthers, he told Cam Newton to get the fuck off his field.
Yeah.
And he got a little bit of fire in him.
And you need that.
He knows when to show it.
Yeah.
He shows it to his teammates. He shows it to the people inside the building.
Yeah. It's time.
He sets the standard. But then he doesn't go out there on a media session and put undue pressure on his receivers like Aaron Rodgers or discuss the shortcomings of some of the other the offensive line or something like that. He's just at the end of the day, it's on me. I got to get these guys in the right protection. And, I got to get these guys all on the same page. So we're 11 people rowing together. And then privately, he goes in the meeting room and he's like, dude, get your head out of your fucking ass.
I think that there's a lot to say, too, about you have to conserve that stuff so that way when it does come out, it means something. Mm-hmm. There's the law of diminishing return. So you're oh shit, Matty Ice is turning the fuck up. Let me get my shit together. Because if he's always 40 BPM, you know what I'm saying, and he's getting up there, oh shit, I fucked up. You know, it matters. It matters to me now because like they did like a fucking study back in the day. It was like Bobby Knight and Coach K, and they were trying to figure out like the most effective coaching style. And then, you know, Coach K is known for
Bobby was like,
chill,
throw shit, choke them,
throw shit at him, smack him in the head with the clipboard, snatching him up by the collar. And Coach K was always known to be like very nurturing and caring.
He's out here giving up. You got to be careful about who you allow with you on your bus, right? The people who you let ride on your bus, those are going to be people who travel with you forever.
Yeah.
He gave me that speech at the Duke basketball camp. I was like, you've given this one before.
Yeah.
It was very polished.
Yeah.
It was like one of those river rocks that white people have like lining their garden and shit. That's been smoothed all the way down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's been watered. That speech, he was like, listen, I gave this to Kobe when I was recruiting him. I told this to Shea Battier.
Yeah.
I told to Jason Williams after he got on Vespa.
Hey, I want to say one thing I held on to my whole life. Just like when AJ Hawk got that compliment about having a big head.
Yeah.
I held on. I went to the Duke.
You have a
basketball
huge
camp.
head.
I have a massive head. Big head.
Your head may be bigger than his.
Football player head. But I got a long head. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a tall head. Easter Island types.
You're still talking above the shoulders?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I was
like, you may get this podcast marked not safe for kids on YouTube.
I was at the Duke basketball camp and Coach K was in there doing his little rounds or whatever. And he told me I had a beautiful layup. Never let it go. Never.
What type of layup? Are we talking finger roll? Like
it was kiss off the glass, textbook.
Top of the square.
It was a textbook layup.
Knee up.
I went all the way up to. I extended through it. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "You got a beautiful layup, son."
I thought you were out here with the Kyrie package or something. You know, the midair jelly going off, spinning it off.
I knew where I was. I was in the home of fundamentals.
I tell you, I didn't use any fundamentals when I was at the Duke basketball camp. I completely wasted my mom's money and just dicked around the entire time. One time they had us playing on the outdoor courts. They had like 15 different basketball courts. The main one is in the Duke Stadium, and that's where like the finals of the camp were and everything. All the best teams.
That was a big deal.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
I was not on one of the best teams. You could probably tell that because I wanted to handle the ball a lot. And so they put us on the outdoor courts, and they give people like a standing ovation in front of the whole camp for taking a charge.
Oh, dude, I love taking charges. I loved it.
So I started, before we went to the outdoor courts, I carried this big bottle of like 90 sunblock around with me.
Yeah.
The like real viscous, like lotiony shit.
Yeah.
Not the spray shit that they have now that dries like real fast. But the shit that lathers on and stays
and as soon as you start sweating, it starts showing back up.
Yeah, start bleeding back out. So I'd go out there to the courts and I'd lather myself, like use half a bottle to where I'm white and it dripping. Motherfucker, I slipped right past all these charge attempts in a way. I was Euro stepping, bouncing off motherfuckers like I had Crisco on me.
Oh, man.
Leaving puddles of sunblock on the block for somebody to step into in the next
Them games were a big deal because basically, essentially what these college basketball camps were, they were just practice.
Yeah.
All goddamn day.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you did. You went and you practiced for however many hours of the day. You got to eat lunch. And then every now and then you might go to the pool or watch a movie.
Yeah.
But it was like...
Hope that there's like a volleyball camp also going on at Duke.
I was like, I had like my first summer fling at the Duke basketball camp.
Running some chicks in the calf.
The girls had like a soccer camp going on. I met a girl. She showed me her boobies. That's summer camp legend right there.
That is. I paused eating my Cocoa Puff. Listen, bitch, I need some milk anyway. Give me a squirt.
We went over to like her window and shit. I was like, hey, what's up? You know, we're into each other in the cab, blah, blah, exchange numbers on our flip phones, you know.
Wow.
And that's the worst too. You don't want to.
When you don't have a sidekick and you have to use your flip phone.
Or it's like you don't want to develop anything. It's like I had a car. It's not letting you just hang out. So, you know, it was one of my first flings. You know?
You want to walk around campus and pretend we're smoking weed.
Back in the day, if you could get on top of something.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you want to do. Hey, you want to go, I know a spot. You just want to be on top of something, sitting.
You want to sit on top of this turtle statue that's 3 feet off the ground in the middle of a quad.
You go back to the boys and like, so what happened? We fought.
You're like, yeah.
Totally, dude. Or sometimes, you ain't want to come.
Yeah, that,
little finger action.
Gentleman never tells me. That was my classic move. Get completely rejected and don't do anything with a girl, and then when your boys ask you, be like, "Listen, that gentleman never."
Right.
Listen, I'm not gonna be out there putting other people's business in the street. I keep it classy.
You just learn a bunch of colloquialisms that don't really mean anything. Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
It is what it is, man. It was what it was. I got in, I got out. Like,
I'm out here. You don't gotta lie. You just walk that line. You just say shit.
I'm just living life.
Exactly. I'm living my life, and that's how I got here.
Speaking of motherfuckers saying stupid shit,
yes,
platitudes and meaningless self-affirmations. I've been checking my Facebook wall lately, and I see quite a lot of this.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's always from the people that like don't practice this at all. Like a meme about putting yourself first, and like if or I tell you what, I saw another one. This was a shout out to you, Gatewood. This is on your Facebook. This is on Gatewood's Facebook yesterday. Okay. And it was something about like when we in a relationship or whatever, or when you dating a girl, you're always broke because if you're hungry, I'm hungry, and if I don't have fresh clothes, then you don't have fresh clothes, and if you don't have your nails done and stuff, then I don't have my haircut. It can't go.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Like, this is not a charity. Like, it's not the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation or the Garrett and Charles Langley Foundation.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can't get all that shit yourself, why would I fucking date you?
Exactly. We got a match, right? The whole reason that this thing started is because we thought we matched. So that should mean in every aspect. In ambition, in output, in what you bring to the relationship. So I see stupid shit like that all the time. I'm like, how the fuck have we gotten this so? And I'm like, I know you don't believe that. I know that you don't actually. There's no way you actually practice this.
No, I don't think so either. I just think that he put that up there so other girls will see.
Yeah.
I get my nails done fucking with Mike. I get some of this pussy out. I might get groceries for the week.
Yeah. Gateway, you don't need that, man. I know.
But listen, Mike, you are not alone.
Well, on another end, speaking of that positive bullshit affirmation stuff, a problem I've been having lately, I feel like, I don't know if it's because like men in our age, we feel like we should probably be doing more than we already are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate this fucking like positive affirmation bullshit that it's just like some dumbass basic ass quote written over a picture of some rapper or a fucking car, and it's like, hey, tomorrow is not the time to start. Today will never happen again. And or it's like these stupid fucking personal growth books. Right? And I got sucked into it at one point. Mm-hmm. I got sucked into it when I was like 20, 23, 24, just going through it. I was like, I need to try something else, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, everybody's saying the same bullshit. All the people who are listening to like Gary Vee or whoever the new fucking financial wizard is out there, they're all just saying the same bullshit. Wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and never sleep. Always grind, always hustle, always blah, blah. And it started affecting my conversations. Like, I try to catch up with one of my old homies. I just say, hey, what's up? How you been, man? They just start speaking to me in fucking quotes. Hey, I'm just out here getting after it. The grind never stops. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Bird gets the word.
I'm like, stop fucking Stop reading those goddamn books. Right. Stop watching those fucking TikToks and stop talking to me like this.
You know, the work you get in while everyone else is asleep counts for 2.
Hey, I'm always hustling.
It's like, what is this?
Making big moves, homie. Making big. I'm like, bro, you don't have to impress me. Like, I'm your friend.
It sounded like he read Floyd Mayweather's self-help book.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, stop reading that
which
bullshit.
Was written with print this big. And lots of pictures.
Hey, shout out to Floyd though, man. Shout out to Floyd.
Man, shout out to phonics, dog.
Shout out to Harry Potter.
Too bad phonics isn't like a gateway drug to like going to college. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Smoking weed, like phonics should be a gateway drug to literacy. Or
what it is
at least something.
The kids who had leapfrog.
No, what it is a gateway drug to stupid motherfuckers who watch Netflix with the subtitles on. English shows. That's what it is.
I'm gonna keep it hot with you. I gotta watch with the subtitles on. I don't be paying attention.
God damn it.
So,
so phonics when I need it.
I be watching a lot of British shows. So sometimes I can't tell what the fuck they're saying.
The British, when you get the North Gloucestershire accents and all that, I understand that.
I'm like, I can't tell what the hell they're saying.
I'll switch it on for 8 minutes of time in Peaky Blinders just to clarify, you know what I mean? But if we're watching Fast and the Furious 6 and you have the fucking subtitles on, come on, man. What are you doing?
Hey, what was Paul Walker doing in those early movies?
Not breaking.
No, in those early movies, man, the way he was talking was wild. Like, looking back on it, I was like, this feels so forced. I used to love Too Fast, Too Furious. Like, I thought that movie was, like, that was a representative of what I thought I wanted my life to be like. I was like, oh, these guys are so cool.
Too Fast, Too Furious was awesome.
Like, Tyrese was cool in that movie.
Yeah. Even Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Paul Walker was fucking black chicks and, was throwing gas. What's up, brother? What's up, brother?
Forget it, cuz.
Oh, when he said that one, forget it, cuz. Oh my god, that's like, I don't know if you ever heard Mike Toller say the N-word. Sounds to you, Mike, when he said, "Forget it, cut." It's like,
bro, like I still quote that movie. Like I have it on like the OG. Like I bought that movie on iTunes. Yeah, like I have it in like my Apple library.
Yeah, wow.
Like, and I thought Luda's setup was mad cool.
See, I thought I was cool just because I had the soundtrack to Tokyo Drift.
Oh. Bro, I had all of them.
That was Terry's ringtone. Ultra High School.
Yeah, what happened to that guy, bro? He had a little the white dude from Tokyo Drift. He was in Friday Night Lights. He was in.
Who was he in Friday Night Lights?
He was
quarterback. Yeah. I always think about the running back who couldn't hold on to the football. No. The white dude wears.
Yeah, that movie. The show was wild, but the movie was wild there just because it condensed everything that the show was into one thing.
Hold on, were they the same? Same storyline?
They were the same.
I thought they were unrelated, completely unrelated concepts, just by the same name.
No, they were the same team, and they were related, just an entirely different cast for some reason.
Wait a minute.
Different coach, different players, same team.
Hold on, now I'm fucked up. So, who was Michael B. Jordan in the movie?
Michael B. Jordan. So there's no Michael. It's like okay. So it's the same school. That's a better way to say it. Different team, but same school.
Oh, that's a different class.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But there's no Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan was your year. The white dude who got beat up by his dad was my year. He was 09, you were 12. Gotcha.
And we had Booby Miles, man. You want to win? Put Booby in. We watched that game on the way to our only playoff.
How come you didn't lift?
But, like, think about what happened. I'm pretty sure they don't win that game at the end of the season. We watched that. We watched that movie on the way to our only playoff game in 16 years. You wanna know, we lost like 52 to like 9.
It's better.
I scored 2 of those points on defense.
What would you want to watch? Little Giants before the game?
It would have been a better direction to go.
The Mean Green Machine. You remember
should have watched The Longest Yard.
You should have watched the movie with Amanda Bynes where she pretends to be a guy.
Fucking She's the Man.
Yeah.
Hey. Fuck it, let's segue real quick into soccer. I've had this idea and I don't want to lose it.
Go ahead.
But I was
the real football.
Football. I was discussing this with my coworker, I think, and we were talking about. I was like, I really want to be a fan of soccer. I love how passionate soccer fans are for their club, and I just can't get into it. But I think that we can fix the problem and make it better for the American audience.
I'd love to hear it.
So what do we like about hockey?
Nothing. Just the fights.
We like the fight. So what we should do, because soccer players, they love to fake being injured and they love to act like they want to fight. Let's let them fight. We put them in a box. Whoever wins the fight, you give a point to the winning team.
No.
You give a point to the winning team.
But first of all, do you remember the skit from Chappelle's show where he's like, they had the fake Frontline episode, and they're like, America is quickly being divided into two halves. Straight America and gay America.
No.
And they had the gay black dude in all leather fucking pushing the lawnmower and dancing behind it.
Oh, yeah.
You fucking
sit me back in
time. Yeah, they had the two black dudes weighing in for the fight, and he had the cheetah print shorts and everything. And then they did the fucking square up, and he was like... That's what's gonna be like watching these soccer players.
Who are like everyone goes
Friday night sissy fights.
Like no hair pulling. But right, let them fight. Whoever wins the fight, their team gets a point.
If they put the Carolina Panthers like sound effects during it, well, like I'll definitely tune in.
Fuck it. Hey, we got the XFL, which is already bullshit. Let's just do one for soccer league.
I think that would. I probably would have had a chance in soccer if they incorporated fighting. I might have got a deal.
Pop off, they stick you in the box, man. You're like, all right, have that. You got 2 minutes.
I got a yellow card every single game my last 2 seasons in high school, and I got like 3 reds.
Were you the takeout guy?
Oh yeah, I was the enforcer. I was a weird combination. I was like the guy who'll come in and fucking decleat you, and then try to like nutmeg you and fucking point in your face. Like, it was a really odd. One thing I wasn't doing, Kevin, was running past anybody.
Yeah, I get it. When I realized like football was what I was going to play in college, I became the takeout guy for basketball. And I very quickly realized it, which is why I stopped playing.
First of all, you were a football player playing basketball. You were always the takeout guy. You just didn't know it. You thought I was really out here getting rebounds. No.
Well, the thing is, like, dude, I played at East Chapel Hill. So that means, like, I was probably amongst the most athletic people on the team either way. Our center was fucking Matt Jones.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
Sounds like he plays center for.
He sounds like he has good fundamentals. He was like 6 foot, you know, 6 foot, doughy white boy, great fundamentals. You give him the ball, he's got 2 moves in the pocket.
My kind of guy.
You put some pressure on him, he's probably gonna drop the ball. But if he can get that 1-2 shake.
Never mind, not my kind of guy anymore. I'm out. I'm out on Matt Jones. I'm out, Matt. I'm sorry. Listen, man.
You want to know how unathletic our team? It baffles me that we were still a good basketball team, but we had one guy try to dunk a ball in game.
Yeah.
And he got benched for it. And it got you. If you ever dunk the ball, why would you try to dunk?
Yeah, Dr. J's coaching the team.
fucking Coach Hartsfield, fucking Ray Hartsfield, man.
Oh my God! Shout out to Ray. He's still coaching the team.
He still is.
Shout out to his son, who only made the team because he's his son.
Did Ray Jr. make the team?
Yeah, I remember that was quite a bit of controversy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray, working downtown Durham, brewing beer or whatever over at Full Steam. Got me drunk a couple times.
Ray's, like I'm gonna say, I haven't seen Ray.
It's not your fault that your dad didn't know basketball.
Nah, Hartsfield, I will say one thing he did know was basketball. He didn't know how to communicate properly with teenage boys.
Clear out for Matt Jones. Guys, feed it to Matt on the block. Don't you see he's open?
On the opposite end, Coach Hartsfield always get mad at me for not dunking the ball. Like, you're already up there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
listen, man, you're supposed to be Jimmy Graham out there. Rebounds, hard screens, putbacks, and dunks.
Dude, I went from scoring like 30 points a game to like clearly checking out. When I was like, I play football.
Yeah.
And I could tell everyone I was the last one to know that I had checked out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it is. I still got love for Wildcat basketball. I'm not gonna be one of those weirdos that goes back and watches games, but you know, I still got love for the Wildcats. Like I care. I like the fact that we were bad at football makes it mean more to me.
Bad doesn't do it justice. You need to find another adjective.
Abysmal.
Moribund.
We were
pathetic.
I want to say we were the 2018 Chargers my senior year. Like we won every game we won by the skin of our teeth.
No, we were that.
In spectacular fashion. Before then, we were god awful. Yeah. We were the Lions.
My year when Stephen Bonner was the captain and Malcolm was the quarterback, we were like the Lions team that people like they were debating on First Take. They're like, can Alabama beat the Lions? Like we were that Lions team. But let me ask you, man, about like bringing the soccer back or bringing the fights back in soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing the fights back in basketball.
Bringing the fights back everywhere.
You watch these fucking tapes from the 90s and the 80s and shit. Where I mean, like Rudy Tomjanovich got his fucking his head separated, his skull separated by 2 inches.
Yeah.
In the locker room was spinal fluid leaking into his mouth.
And that was one punch.
Yeah, one punch.
You know? He was in the wrong profession.
Yeah, you watch any of those, watch any Kevin McHale tape. You know what I mean? And any of these, Isaiah Thomas, like he'd get in there.
Kobe got pieced up.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, I like, that's what I miss. I liked when top level players still played like they cared about the game. Like, I hate that it seems like LeBron shows no passion towards the game other than yelling at his teammates. I'm like, yo, get hot. That wakes up the team, right? That gets the team behind you.
Yeah.
But I feel like today's players like, oh, I'm above it. I'm like, nah, Mike was scrapping, Kobe was scrapping, AI was scrapping, man.
Well, do you remember Brandon Jennings?
Yeah.
He went to China instead of college, dropped 50 as a rookie, signed a signature deal with Under Armour, then you never heard from him again. He actually just tweeted that out like last week, that he was like, you'd be surprised how many NBA players like don't love the game.
Yeah.
And like these guys are just in it for the money and getting a check. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about like none of this shit. And that's when you see guys who are like throwbacks to that bygone era. Like, I feel like Giannis, despite not being from America, is more like a throwback than any of these other guys.
He always seems pissed off.
Yeah. And, like, he's not out here. Like, right now this summer, Trae Young is working out with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Love it. Think, that's a good idea, Trae Young. You'll be able to add to your game.
Yeah.
Learn some off-ball maneuvers from Steph, how to come around pin downs. All that great stuff. You never saw Reggie Miller train with Michael Jordan.
It's fucking ridiculous.
You never saw Charles Barkley train with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Unless they're on the same team for the Rockets.
Yeah.
But Giannis is cut from that same cloth where he's like, I want all the smoke. I'm a loyal dude. I'm going to stay here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'm going to win the chip my way.
And
I'm not out here to make fucking friends with the Heat or the Sixers or any of these.
Just so you can recruit me for your fucking super team. Like, I'm not going to be in the studio making albums with you.
It's like, Kevin Durant, why the fuck would I want to follow you to Brooklyn? So you can request a trade in here and I'll fucking
Kevin Durant don't want to be anywhere. He don't want to be at the barbershop.
He want to be on his burner account. That's what he want to do.
That's what he's like, bro, I just want to be at, like, Kevin Durant plays.
He definitely don't want to be at the barbershop. That's the one place Kevin Durant hasn't been to use.
He's like, no, I don't want to. I want to play 2K as me. And
bro, that's another thing I don't understand, right?
Yeah.
And like, I know this is superficial, but I think it's only fair because in America we have a huge double standard, and women, especially like celebrity women, are expected to look good all the time, especially if you're rich as fuck.
Yeah.
If you were as rich as Kevin Durant or LeBron James, how could you have your hair looking like it does? They say LeBron spends $2 million a year on his body. He has a cryo chamber in his house. He takes placenta baths in Germany. But he can't get fucking for hims.
Here's my thing. I think that LeBron has too much pride to just get...
He tried to have them CGI his hairline. Yeah, you remember the fucking Space Jam joint? It's a Space Jam. He got a Chris shape up.
Even before that, the fucking Trainwreck, which is a train wreck of a movie.
Yeah.
He fucking... He had the fake hairline. I was like, dude, just get the plugs. Like, we're in an era now where it's more acceptable to do that bullshit than no.
Look at Wayne Rooney. You probably don't know who that is.
No.
Fucking current coach of DC United. Shout out to you, Wayne. Congrats on the return to the MLS. My favorite soccer player of all time. They still call me at the soccer fields Rooney because that's like what my play style resembles. Hothead, played for Manchester United. He was the best player in England at 16 years old and was just like tearing up the Premier League as a teenager. But he lost his hair at like 24. Like his prime was like 16 to 24. Yeah. It was a real early prime.
High test.
Yeah. By the time he was 25, he was like completely like whatever.
Yeah.
At 27, he was like, you know what? I'm Wayne fucking Rooney. Like I'm making $300,000 a week. I'm gonna get some goddamn hair back,
dude. And it's also
they clown him for 10 days, and now it's like
you get over.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. It looks
Rick
good.
Ross has hair again.
Yeah.
You know, and they always try to lie to it. I always could grow it. I just used to shave it up. I'm like, all right, man, dude, fuck it. Like, no, I think that like guys like LeBron, guys like Kevin Durant, guys like Anthony Davis, maybe it's a part of them now.
Now that was even weirder. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
That he trademarked the brow.
Yeah. It's like a part of his image.
My thing is like, how much brow merch are you fucking moving? That like this is I can't show the rest of my career. I'm just moving all these brow backpacks and lunch boxes and fucking brow mobile games and shit like that.
It was like he had like a Doritos commercial with the King Batch or something. And then he's like, he's like, something without this is like
me without my eyebrows.
He's like, basketball skills? And he's like, what were you gonna say? Nothing. But I'm like, it's like he made that his thing because it's like, so maybe
I can't wait till Bronny gets drafted by the Lakers and then he shaves Anthony Davis's eyebrows as a rookie.
Yeah, I hate how much attention that gets, Bronny and LeBron.
So did you see his dunk this week? Did you see his dunk?
Yeah. Like, just like his dad. And just like any other basketball player on a fast break, you're going to cock that bitch back and you're going to try to jam it as hard as you can.
Hey, he did dunk that shit right-handed movement left, though.
Yeah, so fucking left.
That shit was nice.
Yeah, but it's like,
but my thing about him is whenever I see a Bronny highlight, it's never a complete play.
Yeah.
like just yesterday, I saw one where he had a chase down block where just like his dad, this kid goes up for a layup.
Yeah,
chase him all the way down, smacks it off the square. They cut the clip off because he turns the ball right over.
But for me, like, it doesn't feel like a reflection of his skill. It just seems like great marketing. They're like, if we can get Bron and Bronny at the same time, it's all about this is going to bring money to a franchise. It's not about like, is the kid actually? I'm like, yes, I'm sure he's great, but I don't think he's. I don't know. Probably not any better than any other recruit.
I'm not sure he is great. He's playing JV as a junior in high school, and he's averaging less than 5 points a game.
He's playing fucking JV.
Yeah, he's not even on a varsity team. And he's still in the ESPN top 100 despite having no D1 offers.
Fuck it.
You know, I heard an interesting hypothesis the other day on I want to say it was the Basketball Illuminati podcast. Shout out to those guys that do a great job. Best drops in the game, best sample game period of any sports podcast. But anyways, I'm going to steal your idea. They said that a possibility, one of the reasons why he's still ranked in the top 100 and doesn't have all these college offers, isn't starting for his varsity team, is because he's going to become the first player in NBA history not to declare directly for the draft out of high school, but to declare for the G League Ignite team as a junior.
Okay.
So he is one more year, after his junior year. So his senior year or whatever, instead of playing one more year of high school basketball, he could opt into the G League Ignite program, which is the team that the G League has put together of developmental players that plays against all the other G League teams.
Yeah.
So you saw 3 or 4 guys get drafted in the first round this year out of the G League Ignite. Next year, 2 of the top 4 prospects are G League Ignite guys. 2 of the other ones are Overtime Elite, which is another non-NBA basketball development league that you can go to instead of college.
They don't want to play with LeVar?
They go over to Lithuania and Australia.
They don't want to
Yeah. I think they saw LeVar's idea and they're like, yeah, let's do this in America. There's no need to go to Lithuania to focus on basketball. We can just do this in Atlanta, which is where Overtime Elite is. But that would completely, talk about taking the torch from your dad. LeBron's impact on the NBA extends way more profoundly in terms of the culture shift, the player empowerment, how everyone wants to be a mogul and control their own narrative and all that type of stuff. That he was a trendsetter that way, and it would be fitting if his son was a trendsetter in a similar way. Yeah, being the first player that's you know what? I'm not even gonna play my senior year in high school. I'm going right to the NBA Development League. Yeah.
I think we're all kind of lucky.
And then that could send a way for the next 5 people. He had 2.
No, that didn't have a kid that went to the league.
Oh, yeah. Because he played at Oregon State, and they had another one at Florida State.
They were
FIU
or some shit. Yeah, or Marquette or some shit.
I think Michael B. Jordan was probably better than him.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think, I think that if that is the case, because I already, I'm in the camp of, as a player, as a man, I think that LeBron is dope. I like what he does. I think he's a respectable guy. But I also,
hot take.
But I also think that LeBron is a big part of why I stopped watching basketball, because it became so player-centric. It became so there's no point in even rooting for a team. People just root for players because they made it so much about them. Even Michael Jordan did not make the game about him that as much as these new players do.
He learned to share. In the beginning, he did. But when he was putting 45 in the playoffs, getting smoked by Larry Bird.
But you're a kid. But I'm talking when it comes to media and shit, and constantly having something out there that to bring the narrative back to you. Why the fuck is LeBron? LeBron is so inadvertently funny. When I try to watch his show.
He has a show?
The Shop.
Oh, yeah.
I'm geez. Why do you feel the need to do this? There was some clip of him, and it's not that it's not that I don't like the show. It's just LeBron is so inherently he's inadvertently funny, man.
That's why you always need a Kevin Hart there on the Shop or something. You always need somebody to check LeBron and be corny ass motherfucker. But you always need that one person, whether it's D-Ray Davis or it's fucking Kevin Hart or it's Mike Epps or whoever.
Every player feels like they need to have something outside of basketball. Yeah. I don't think before this new player-centric version of the league, I don't think we would have so many Kyries and fucking whoever else spreading their bullshit.
I don't know if we'll have another Kyrie. I don't know if the NBA could handle another Kyrie.
I'm just man, I miss when players seem to actually care about their team. Yeah. Other than themselves. Yeah. And that's where, you bring back Giannis or even Carmelo when he was with the Knicks, was amongst the last era of players who played for their team.
Yeah, after demanding a trade from the team that drafted him. And forcing his way out of town. But then again, who wouldn't feel that way after playing under George Karl for 7 seasons? Yeah. What an asshole.
He was with the Knicks a while too, the Nuggets. I think of Knicks Carmelo. That's my favorite Carmelo.
That was my favorite player in 2K history. Yeah. Knicks Carmelo.
I used to play as
anybody buckets with Knicks Carmelo.
2013 Knicks. On 2K.
Oh yeah, with Tyson Chandler and all those guys.
Bro, he lob up. JR would get hot and then he'd miss every shot for the rest of the game. It's so accurate. It's real life. Yeah. 2K13 was the last one for me, man. That was the last game. That was probably.
Is that the one with the Jordan challenges?
Yeah.
You know they brought it back this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always do that. They take features out to bring them back and have you paid $80 more for it 7 years later.
Make it a gold edition.
My dumbass is gonna get it.
It was such a big deal. Like Jay-Z curated this.
Oh yeah.
They love that now.
That game was awesome. The Jay-Z fucking 2K was fan.
Dude, that put me on to like different genres of music. Electric Feel, man.
Oh yeah, that MGMT shit.
Yeah, that shit was a good. That was a good game all around, and that game brought me and my friends closer because we spent so much time with it. But I think that's like the last sports game I owned.
That was a great one. You know, I just I bought the new Madden last night.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do it. You know, every year Madden is terrible. It doesn't get any better.
Mm-hmm.
You just pay for the updated rosters and faces and whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, you play the same game that's got worse every year since Madden 08.
Yeah.
This year, I was like, I'm not going to fall into the same trap. I got a 10-hour trial through EA Play.
Okay.
I played this whole 10-hour trial in one day.
You liked it?
I loved it.
Awesome.
The next day, they're like, oh, your time's up. Can't play the game until it comes out on August 19th. I was like, that's 2 days from now. How am I going to get my fix? You guys already got me hooked. Dude, I created another Xbox account under T's name and made a free trial to EA Play so I could get another 10 hours in.
That's great news, man.
It is. And after spending 18 of my 20 eligible hours, I decided to purchase.
All right.
For the first time in an actual complete decade, I'm going to buy Madden at full price, and I'm not pissed about it.
Welcome back, Madden. Hey, and apparently we're getting a boxing games back.
What?
Yep.
Fight night?
No, it's not Fight Night, but it is Fight Night.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So, like, I think the company has some of the devs from Fight Night on board. But I think it's just ESRB or some shit like that.
When they do Fight Night, they got to do it for the Oculus. Like, they got to do it for the joints, like, where you're 3D and everything. Like, they have a boxing game for it now, but it's it's real shitty. But you know what I'm saying? You put those goggles on, and then it's like, you look up.
Fight the Burger King.
And it's Mike Tyson. And you're like, oh, shit.
In high def.
Yeah, in 8K. And you're like, oh, those are real. You know, they have those now, though, like, to go along with the VR stuff. They've developed all this, like, haptic technology. Where you can,
like Ready Player One?
Yeah, almost. Where it's like you have gloves that you put on and you can, like, feel holograms and all this stuff. And, like, so you can, like, wrap your hands around and feel a baseball bat, like, that you're about to... Right. So, we already knew that was going to be the first application of haptic technology. Someone's going to make a glove for your dick. And it looks like Jennifer Aguilera is jacking me off. That's always the way the, like, first technology gets applied is, like, smut.
Yeah.
And then it transitions into the marketplace and gets applied.
Well, that's what it came down to with, it was video games and porn that made them go the direction. It was like either HD DVDs or Blu-ray. And it was basically like, what could people write easier on and what looked better via porn or video games? So basically, like, PlayStation and porn made Blu-ray the next step when they were making their...
Shouts to you, XXX. Congratulations, guys. Way to change the world. One DP at a time.
Right. This might be the year for sports games to, like, return to glory, though.
I think it is, because it's always, like, the next year after a new console comes out. Like, you remember when the 360 came out?
360.
All the first year games for that, all the Madden, FIFA, NBA Live, because motherfuckers wasn't playing 2K back in 2K or 2006.
NBA Live, I still thought, even as 2K got more popular, like, I thought Live was better.
It hit the plateau, like, 2010 was, like, when the ships passed in the night.
Yeah.
And 2K took over.
Well, 2K added all that extra bullshit in. Like, I played it for, like, the game. Like, I wasn't out here in the park buying clothes and shit.
Right. My dude is still wearing the State Farm uniform with the fucking red polo and khaki pants. He's literally the guy from the commercial who's like, what are you wearing? Khakis.
But, I mean, like, I understand as we become, like, a more... I didn't realize, like, it was really like that because, like, I guess, like, I don't don't play a lot of games like that anymore. But I'm like, nah, we're really in the internet era. Like people invest money in having like GTA Online houses.
Well, that's the thing that I can't stand, Kevin, is when we grew up playing video games, even online, was an even playing field.
Yeah.
You couldn't play against somebody who invested $40 in real money to make their team 10 times better than you. You had to fucking grind your shit up, beat the levels, you know, improve your guy, whatever it was. I couldn't just go and buy the ultimate edition of the game that cost $60 more and get a fucking way better team that I can't defend.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And that's, I think, was ruined, like, all these games, especially the ones, like, the sports ones where you compete head-to-head.
Yeah.
It's like, all the best players are just people who spend money.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who just tries to purchase the game and play has no shot against these pros who are running online, getting sponsorships from companies. Yeah. They're not even paying for the fucking virtual currency or whatever they're using.
Fucking nuts, dude.
And meanwhile, I'm over here like fucking coaching 4 soccer teams, doing 7 games on the weekend. They're like,
you want to
spend $4.99 for 1,000 fake coins? No!
No, man. I think that's what kept me from getting back on those games, because I was like, the skill wall would be ridiculous, because like I haven't played in years, and it, even something like Call of Duty, I'm like,
oh,
man,
dude, you can only play your friends.
Yeah,
like if you haven't played Call of Duty religiously over 100 hours in the last 2 years, you cannot pick it up and just drop into a game. Even like I play shooting games all the time. Yeah, like, I played Far Cry, fucking all. Whatever, they're more like RPG shooting games, but they're first-person shooters. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I know how to aim. I know how to like
get them headshots.
But you play Call of Duty, it's like I spawn, I step out the joint, somebody shot me in the ear. Okay, respawn. I'm gonna go out the other way this time. Bloop, back in the head. And then motherfuckers, you'll see the cam, like they'll show you the cam of how they got you, and it'll be like, how did this motherfucker even see me?
You barely even see their gun go up. They don't even scope.
It's like you saw a shadow on a TV screen reflecting something that's supposed to be 450 meters away. Yeah. Like, how the fuck did you see that?
You gotta sweat it. And I'm like, dude, I enjoyed Red Dead 2 so much. I just needed more story somehow. So I was like, all right, I'll try Red Dead Online. I get online. It was even worse because it's Red Dead, so like the kills were more disrespectful. Like I had a motherfucker lasso me and just set me on fire. And I had to sit there and take it.
He should have dropped you off in front of the feminists and made you listen to their shit while you were burning, sitting there hogtied.
I wasn't even trying to get into it. I was like, I just want to do my own little story thing. Like I was like, I can just stay out of the way, ride my little horse around. Nah, these motherfuckers will hunt me down.
Yeah, they're too good.
Tie me up.
It's funny, man. Like I was reading this book for soccer. I think it was like the coach's guide to teaching. Mm-hmm. And what they're talking about is like eye discipline in sports, knowing where to look. Yeah. In soccer, it's super important because the interconnected nature, you need to be responsible for all the other people around you. Yeah. To put them in a good position so they don't lose the ball and you don't fuck them. And they were relating it to like concert pianists, and they were showing like a study of pianists where they'd have them sight read music that they've never played before. Yeah. And they would take like different levels of pianists and have them play the same music. And what they found is that the expert level pianists who are truly world class looked at the music less. Yeah. But their eye movement was so precise, they always knew exactly where to look. Yeah. And then they just looked at that spot and then went back. Then they just looked at the next spot that they had to see and went back. And the more amateur pianists would scan the entire thing, then focus in on the area, you know what I mean? Yeah. That pertained to them. And it's the same thing with Call of Duty. Yeah. These fucking 10-year-olds have trained their eyeballs to such a degree where they know where to look everywhere on the map. They come out the shit, they go, oh, check around the barn, check up top of here, check over here. Meanwhile, I'm just fucking walking around. Has anyone seen some Nazis?
It's like I remember even when like back in the day when I was actually good at those games, it kind of was like that. It's like I knew every spot on the map. I was like, this is a problem area, this is a problem area. I don't have fucking time to learn a game anymore.
I can't do it. The only part of Call of Duty I was good at was when you went in the airport and killed all those innocent women and children.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only part
Modern Warfare
where I was
2.
like, I got this. Like, these motherfuckers don't even shoot back. I was like, is there a pistol whip button for I can go slower?
I envy people who like have that as an outlet. It's just too late for me. Like sometimes I'm like, I wish I could go home and do something other than drink beer and watch YouTube. But I can't. I've tried. Like every couple of years, I get that stupid idea. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna try out a Call of Duty game this year. Yeah. I get it. I immediately take it back the next day. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't fucking want it.
Don't do it.
I can't do it. It's not fun.
My advice was start smoking weed. And then play games that immerse you in a world. See, that's what I have the most fun playing video games. Is like rip one off, get super baked, and then now I'm actually fighting zombies.
Yeah, I like story games. I like a game that makes me care about the character, and then the best is when like I find like a slightly older game that might have a sequel out already. I'm like, dang, let's go. Like I just got the BioShock restored. Yeah. For the new Xbox or whatever. Yeah. All 3 BioShocks. Never played them. I remember when I was in middle school, those were a big deal. Yeah. I was like, let me get back on my 2006 horse. Well, it's like I just got I've always been like a big fan of Uncharted, and I just got the Last of Us. I tried playing. I always hated zombie games. And I tried playing it like back when it was like on the PlayStation 3, like the first Last of Us game, and I just couldn't get into it. But it was like at that time I did not want to play stealth games. I'm like, I want to feel like a fucking badass. Yeah. But I just finished playing through 2 of the Tomb Raider games, and it kind of forced me to be stealthy and be smart. And I was like, all right, now I gotta handle those games. They're hard.
Yeah, if you want to sneak around and solve fucking riddles all day, I love the Tomb Raider games. Dude, maybe I could shoot one person over the 4 hours of playing this shit.
It does strip you of everything that makes you the Tomb Raider, and you just don't get it back till the end of the game.
The only reason I played the original Tomb Raider was for Laura Croft's cone titties. That's the only reason I played it as a little kid.
Can you believe, like, yo, back in the day, they had her like on covers of magazines, like with her poly boobs. Like, and people were like, "Oh,
yeah." So I was in line at the grocery store, like, my mom slapped me in the back of the head.
Fucking poly tits, man. But it was like, bro, at that age, man, anything can get you going, man.
Oh yeah,
you
the idea of the idea get me going.
Like I know what those boobs could look like, and then you had Angelina Jolie pop up late, because we got to the old Tomb Raider games late.
The original one that was like, I remember all the little boys were losing their minds over. This really for the old heads was the original Metroid.
Yes,
and if you beat it, Samus took her suit off.
Yeah,
was the legend. Yeah. Was the legend.
Yeah,
she took her whole suit off, and you can see digital ass cheeks. And motherfuckers, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, took the whole thing off.
Fucking hell, man.
She was in a bathtub with a carrot.
Jeez. Nah, man, I just think I miss the simplicity of shit like that, man. Yeah. You have like celebrity crushes though?
No, I got like well, I guess yes, but not like it's weird when you're of them. Yeah, no, not that I'd ever want to post it. But it's like, I might try to talk my girl to give me a hall pass. I don't want to post her, but like, can Janelle Monáe come kick it with us?
Well, the way I see it is like, it's like I think like I thought it was just we get older, but I also think in today's society we just have too much access to everything. And so we've lost that simplicity, right? To get excited about things like that. When was the last time like we heard about like a celebrity like yacht pic? First of all, I think celebrity.
Odell Beckham.
First of all, I think people are getting caught on these fucking nude beaches on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Such and such gets caught sunbathing. I'm like, how many people just lay out naked in public for what? I'm like, I feel like they're getting caught on purpose.
It's always like motherfuckers like John Hamm who cocks down below their knees. It's never like Seth Green who was caught on a nude beach.
John Hamm popped up on my newsfeed and I was like, Mad Men's been on TV for a while.
What's that? What is that motherfucker who be doing all the voiceovers? The weird short motherfucker. Oh my god, he gonna drive me crazy. He does stand up comedy. He's got a weird voice. Oh my god,
that's literally every stand up comedian.
I swear to God, he's a hobbit. He does so much work. He's always working. He's like a famous comedian. His name will pop.
Does he have like a gimmick?
He's a fucking weird short guy.
I'll be honest with you. Pretty much every stand-up comedian in some capacity.
Don't you dare denigrate the memory of Patrice O'Neal like that.
Hey,
the 6'7".
That is true, man. Hey, man, I'm surprised that we still got who's the dude with the funny shaved head, the big fat black dude. And the funny voice. He was in
Are you talking about the guy who does the Pizza Hut commercials? Craig
Robinson? No, not Craig Robinson. But, fuck. He was in Breaking Bad with...
Patton Oswalt! No, that's the guy I'm talking about. Patton Oswalt.
I like Patton Oswalt. Ugh. I like him, man. Ugh. I like his weird voice. He was in Secret Life of Walter Mitty, man.
I don't know. The remake. Not the original one with what was his name? Danny Glover. No.
Yeah.
What was his name?
No.
Danny Cleese? Some shit like that. That was a redhead.
Who fucking knows? But
I watched that original movie from the 50s a lot as a child, Kevin. That was one of my favorite movies.
Well,
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Well, I've taken over with the new era, the Stiller era.
Yeah.
Very well directed. Great transitions. But fucking, who is the fat?
Shouts to Dwight Howard.
Huh?
You said great transitions. I said shouts to Dwight Howard.
Speaking of which,
just to
he did a WWE tryout. Like he cut a promo. That's it. That's the whole story right there.
Was he wearing the Superman outfit?
No, he should have been. He just pulled up in regular clothes.
He was like, listen guys, don't do no pile drivers and backbreakers, alright? They already hurt my back when I was playing for the Hawks.
Okay. Speaking of promos, guess what I got drunk and did last night?
What?
I sent an email to a local wrestling promotion to see if they needed managers.
Oh God, you got me so excited. I thought you were gonna be the talent. Who wants a manager?
No, like MVP or Paul Heyman or fucking. I want to be the guy that just gets heat, just walks out, starts talking shit. And I told him I was like, hey, I'm willing to learn to take bumps.
You want to be Bundini Brown?
Yeah,
is that what you want?
I just want to walk up like this, Colossus. You got no chance, and just get the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, I would love to do that. It's like in my part time. So we'll see if we hear back. But I've always had love for the professional wrestling. So I was like, hey, what? Here's a good way to try to get in. Without having I'm good with a mic in my hand. So
that reminds me, Kevin. You were talking about like the demystified celebrity.
Yeah,
how, like we don't have posters of celebrities anymore.
Yeah.
And don't aspire to look up at them in the same way. Yet wrestlers have always managed to hold on to that mystique.
Yeah.
They never have lost it. Like, even though everyone knows what they do is fake,
yeah,
it's scripted, it's completely disingenuous, and it's just for public consumption. And yet, with all this other like real shit out there that we're like undermining everyone, we're like, who's the fucking man still? Triple H.
Here's the fact. He still is the motherfucker. I think with wrestling, because it's something that spoke to us so much when we were young, we hold on to that. And also, nobody works like they do. Like, they work year round. Like, there's no off season. There's no optional summer league. There's none of that. They get like maybe 80 days off.
I'm not sorry for you. I hate it when people say shit like that. Nobody works.
Well,
nobody works like these actors who do all these fake stunts and shit.
But here's my thing: like, you're still getting your ass whooped. You're still getting injured. And I'm not saying like,
except
we
for
don't have
everyone
to
who
do it.
watches WWE who works on a fucking oil rig and then gets home and like, oh, thank God Goldberg is on so I can distract myself from the fact that my wife was
like
terrible.
maybe that's how they relate to him. I think that's another part of it. I think that wrestlers feel like they're just working dudes and girls, like, and they're not fucking fake booty Instagram models. You know what I mean? I think
one thing I've always respected to that point about wrestling is they've never been PC or like cared to walk the PC line or do things that make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to make a fucking spectacle and someone's going to watch it.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to have to like tune in because we're doing something that is attracting eyebrows and starting conversations.
Yeah.
And like you see all types of
bullshit
on PC shit from like the ass man to the fucking Indian guy with the cobra and shit. Like, they be having like wrestlers that look like terrorists with fucking towels around their head and shit. Like they don't give a fuck in the WWE, and I'm so here for that.
Well, I think also too, like everybody can relate to it in some capacity, right? Like I harken it to like gymnastics or like going to the circus. You know, it's like you're there to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. Like the whole spectacle, that's a part of it. And then I think that
are you calling a great Khali the white elephant?
Yes. I do love how dated all of your references. Like Great Khali can barely walk now. You know, he was just back in the news for picking up, like, I think people forget, like, they're still, like, massive human beings. And somebody was, like, fucking with him at, like, a border check or something. And he just got out of the car and slapped the guy and, like, picked him up.
I love it. That was all the shit that I was afraid he was going to do to me if I saw him on the street. I saw him through fucking somebody through the roof of a car. I was like, I could be next.
That is one thing. Like, I feel like that's a part of it, too. Like, it feels very blue-collar. It feels like, even though we all know what goes on, it still feels like I don't want to fight any of you in a bar. You know what I mean? They feel like the blue collar, like.
And you ready for a dated reference? The last motherfucker I'd want to fight in a bar is Kurt Angle.
Oh, hell no. Dude, he was.
Out of everybody, Kurt Angle was,
especially when he was on the perks.
He was out here like Mike Tyson with a broken back. Spinal.
With a broken freaking neck. Nah, I'll pass on that, man. But I don't know. I think like a lot of it too is like it's nostalgia, and then I think as you get out of like the believing the hype of like the good guy and the bad guy, you just start to develop a respect for the work.
Did you like the heels more, or were you like a hero guy?
I think I made the shift that everybody did. Like
hero to heel.
Yeah, like you want to go for the good guy because that's the narrative. When you think it's real, right? You're like, oh man.
He's protecting all of us.
Yeah, but then you start to watch it. Like as you get a little bit older, you're like, man, it's just kind of cool. Right. It's just had a sex celebration with Lito on TV. Right. I want that.
John Cena said the N-word in a freestyle. Does he really represent me?
John Cena. I'm surprised he never slipped. Like let that slip. Hey, I'm surprised he never pulled a mock. No. But Vince McMahon was wild.
He was like, oh no.
Justin Bieber was tripping. Justin Bieber was also on this shit. Man.
Justin Bieber, he sounded like a Celtics fan from the 50s.
Dude, even in that video though, it almost looked like he had it looks like somebody behind the camera. He had a gun for
it looked like he was chewing on a cigar. Man, see?
Nah, man, I definitely started kind of like, I was like, I can't not root for Eddie Guerrero. You know what I mean? I'm like, Eddie Guerrero? That dude's the shit.
I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't know? Oh, man. His theme.
He sounds like he got a long Jerry curl.
He did at one point. He had the Jerry curl mullet.
Questionably looking Dominican Colombian guy?
No. He was full on Mexican. He made me want to be Mexican.
Wow.
You know, because he come out on a low rider, his music come on, I lie, I cheat, but I steal.
This is what I'm saying, man. WWE embraces stereotypes, which I fucking love.
Well, it was like all you had to do to be a heel was not be American.
Yeah. most they're so openly xenophobic. They're like, you're from Guatemala. They're throwing tomatoes at him and shit. Make a salsa out of this, Jose.
Dude, the craziest part was 2001. There was a guy named Muhammad Hassan, and he was supposed
an explosive talent.
We're getting there. They were supposed to have like a bit between him and the Undertaker, so he has a bunch of, and his whole thing was he hated America. He was supposed to be Arabic, Italian in real life, but he was supposed to be Arabic. And so 9/11 happens. Mm-hmm. They fire him. They fire him.
He's like, guys, I'm Italian.
They fire him. They fired him. They don't bring him back. He doesn't show up in any other wrestling promotion.
Wait a minute. They couldn't have rebranded him and given him a pencil mustache like Waluigi
right.
or something?
No, they were like, we need to. You know, it's like at that point, like patriotism was super high.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't stand for.
At least they could have had him gotten his ass kicked by like 12 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was ways, but I always felt so bad for the guy because he was, you know, looking back on it now. Before he was just a bad guy to me. Yeah. But looking back
now
on it,
he's a sympathetic figure.
Yeah, he was probably set for like a major push in the business. And on top of it, like WWE was like still kind of peaking. Like WWE was the first like large gathering event that happened after 9/11.
Vince McMahon hadn't even started finger fucking yet.
Oh my god, yo, Vince with the fucking I'm gonna be careful now on the internet. I don't understand the hush money thing. I don't understand the investigation entirely. I'm like, is it a tax thing that people are mad about? Or I'm like, are they mad about the money or are they mad that he was fucking these girls? Because I'm like,
it's like a Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. I was like, with Deshaun Watson,
it's not the money thing.
Stop talking. You have a team for this. He keeps talking.
This isn't Dan Snyder and the Redskins. It's Deshaun Watson and the Browns.
Deshaun Watson. He said, I gotta do what's best for Deshaun Watson. You're not. Did
you hear his apology yesterday? Yeah. Where he's like, I'd like to apologize to all the women who were affected by this. And they're like, are you apologizing to the victims? He was like, I just said. He was like, there were no victims. I was innocent, clearly.
He was like, I even apologize to you if you were affected.
Yeah. And then he goes, you know, there are a lot of people who are triggered by this. Yeah. So I want to apologize to them.
I was like, stop talking, my God. Stop talking. Like, I'm like, dude, this is like when like supervillains in the movie, they have the hero, but they start monologuing.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you just got a record-breaking contract after this. Teams were still fighting over you.
And he's like, let me tell you about how I'm going to kill you. Jesus Christ. I tell you what's next for Deshaun Watson is the heel turn.
Yeah.
He got to go like black correspondent for Fox News. Deshaun Watson needs to go the other way and be like, I am going to be like, not only am I not apologizing or whatever, but like I'm going to be a crusader.
He's going to start a movement of his own.
Yeah. Like, who's that black chick who works for Fox News that everybody fucking loves on the Republicans?
Oh my God. I know who you're talking about.
Disingenuous ass bitch who's just like a sellout.
Yeah.
He should do that.
I want to
just go be a puppet for the white people who get fucking paid, and then all those rich white guys will protect your image after you retire and not let trend on Twitter.
Once you're rich, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what people think of you. It's not like they can make your life worse. You know what I mean?
OJ is still out fucking partying,
and he has a TikTok.
He doesn't give a fuck.
This motherfucker got on TikTok. But, okay, hold on. Speaking of heel turns.
OJ be having parties with knives that go in but don't stab.
He's a sick fuck, man. He's a sick fuck.
But hey, you part of the big head club. Two of you guys. All right.
You keep up with fights?
Not anymore, man. I've been trying to like drink less. Make better decisions. Ever since Juan broke my thumb when we were fighting in my mom's front yard, I'm trying to get that life up.
I haven't been in a scrap in years, but so you know Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
Speaking of heel turns, if there's anybody who's in need of a heel turn right now, he's so fucking boring. He's supposed to be like the face of heavyweight boxing, but it's just this. He's so goddamn.
I tell you what, dude. Like, we don't think anyone who's from Britain is like intimidating. Like that British accent and the whole like, oh, I'm gonna bop you upside the head. It's like Okay, that sounds really scary. You gotta be like Tyson Fury is like, he's not British. He's a traveling gypsy from all, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, they got something else. Like, don't fuck with the gypsies.
Tyson Fury he sounds insane. Like, he's blown his voice out from talking so much. Like, I'm like, this guy, I believe what he...
But like Joshua, he's too clean cut. Yeah. He's too like well put together. And he's just like, politician. Oh, I'm just a bloke from Middlesbrough. I'll go out there.
I'm like, stop respecting your opponents. You know, he's like, I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing. You know, and I'm like, bro, just say I'm gonna beat him. Say I'm gonna. I sell the fight, dude.
Yeah.
Like
he needed to talk to Tank Davis.
Yeah.
He had to learn how to do that shit.
He's like a British darling, and I feel like he's just like the safest of British black guys. And I'm like, I know that he knows that. And I'm like, I know it's probably great for business. But I'm like, dude, you got to start selling some fights because now you've lost twice to nobodies. Yeah. Like Deontay Wilder lost, but he lost to the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion of the world. That's it. Like you lost to a fucking light heavyweight, dude, and you lost to a chubby Mexican.
The three of them just fucked that division up so bad. We were supposed to get all these super fights.
They were just
a trilogy between Fury and Joshua and Wilder, and it's going to be a round robin. And who's going to fucking come out of it? And we never get to see Joshua fight anybody. And
he Wilder just fights British losers.
You know what I mean? Wilder, his Fury with his best shot, he comes up like the Undertaker, puts him down.
Honestly, bro, I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again.
That was wild.
Like, I think honestly, even though Wilder arguably lost all three of those fights, I don't think we'll ever see in the heavyweight division. Like, I don't think that we appreciate exactly how lucky we were to actually at least get these two to fight each other and for them to actually be good fights. Like,
the first two were awesome fights.
The third one I thought was amazing, even though because we forget that
he outboxed him so badly.
Yeah, but
it was like
we forget that Deontay put him down like 3 times in that fight.
Yep.
Like even after he was out on his feet, I'm like people. I don't think they're respecting Deontay Wilder's name because he lost. I'm like he lost to Tyson Fury. That's it. He knocked everyone else out. There was no debate.
Who's not lost to anybody?
Yeah, he's not John Jones. He's not like, it's not like Deontay Wilder was having close calls before. He was knocking everyone out, and he's only lost to Tyson Fury. Like, and I'm like, and then people are like, oh, Deontay Wilder's trash.
But then here's the thing, it's like, so now we're at like, so what does Deontay Wilder do after this?
Well,
like,
for me,
who the fuck is he gonna fight?
I think it entirely depends on AJ. AJ has to win this fight, so that way we can still at least have them fight each other. Because if AJ loses this, he's done.
I just don't care anymore. I'm already out on him. Well, he's lost his mystique. Like, his mystique was like, oh, he's, a great blend of power and technical excellence. And he has his lightning fast feet for a man his size.
And his fight before Usyk, he looked like a killer.
Yeah. And they're like, he'll technically outclass you and he'll beat you with power.
And he has that little swagger walking.
And then like, no, you got beat up by a sloppy fat Mexican. Like,
and that's the problem. If he had fought, if he had taken the fights when they were at the peak of like, all right, all of these guys are undefeated. Tyson Fury had just got back out of retirement. All they had to do was fight each other. The fact that stupid Anthony Joshua had to go fight everyone else and lose to these nobodies.
Well, that's why boxing needs a Dana White. Yeah. Like, they need a universal commissioner like Roger Goodell or Dana White or something.
Everybody's
got fucking 4 world championship belts. And he holds 2, and this other guy holds 1, and so we got to fight 4 fights to have a unification bout. It's like, no. Do away with all this fucking
If you watch
nonsense.
one guy win the belts, the guy who has the other belt should be the only person in line to fight that guy. Right. Not this guy who just fought random whoever, because it's like they start to find something. And especially fucking Eddie Hearn. He is always putting somebody in the way. He's always putting some, because they were already talking about some fucking nobody. They're like, yeah, if you win this fight on the undercard, then you're probably in line to fight the winner of Usyk Joshua. I was like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that?
Anthony Joshua was like, yeah, I also got to fight Amir Khan.
Right.
Like, Amir Khan?
Who is that guy? Like,
he's not someone else since 2007.
It's fucking insane, dude. But I'm like, that's when I started to get frustrated with boxing. Like, I love boxing. I appreciate the science of boxing. Like, I admire them, I admire their work ethic, but I hate how messy the game is. And there's truth to it.
And there's no like central figure now to look at either.
Yeah.
Like this year, we thought it was gonna be Canelo's year.
I mean, it kind of was. He went up 3 weight classes, hunting down belts. I'm not mad at him for losing to Dimitri Bivol, but
he bit off a little too more than he could chew.
Well, he's also a little dry too. Like, we needed Floyd. Like, even if you don't like Floyd, fine. We need an enemy. Like,
but now it's at the point where it's like we'll watch Jake Paul and his brother fucking fight cornerback from the Jets.
Dude, and here's my thing. Fuck it. I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
I don't watch that the same way I watch that I'm going to watch, I'm not going to watch the Charlo brothers and be like, oh, I hope this is entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm watching this to watch the sweet science of boxing. I want to watch Jake Paul knock motherfuckers out. Yeah. I hope he keeps doing it.
I hope he does too, because it's just more entertainment for me. You know what I mean?
And
It's
Logan
just
Paul
more
is a great wrestler.
content. And he's a good promoter of all that shit too. Nobody does the promotion game better than him.
Well, he's also promoting. Like, nobody knew who Amanda Serrano was before she teamed up with Jake.
Still don't know who she is.
She's a great female boxer.
That's awesome.
She be beating bitches up.
I only know Clarissa Shields and Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Clarissa Shields, and there's what's her fit? There's like a European girl who's.
Yeah, I tell you what, they better look out for Brittany Griner when she gets back from Russia. Thanks for watching, y'all. Stay tuned for part 2 of my conversation with Kevin Mangle, which is coming out Wednesday. Until then, North Carolina, continue to stand up.